Hey everybody, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I hope you probably just heard the lady come on and tell us that we're recording. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So there's no um, awkward silence on the recording. So I'm so glad and happy to have this call tonight. My name is Kara Carrington, and tonight you are going to be hearing from three wonderful ladies and their stories with Plexus. And I am just really excited for you to hear them. They're all different stories, and that is the beauty of Plexus and these products is that they really can help so many different people. So before we get started, I want you to go ahead and type in the chat where you are tuning in from. So we want this to be engaging. I'm going to do a giveaway for a $10 Starbucks card to someone on this call tonight. So go ahead and type in the chat where you're from, and we're going to go ahead and get started. The first lady who's going to be sharing with us tonight is Brittany Phillips, and she just has a really powerful story. And so I'm really excited for you guys to hear it. Brittany, you want to take it away?
Hey, yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here. I know that you have so many different options of places you could be, so it means a lot that you would choose to be here. So I'm gonna start my timer too, just so I don't go over because I can just talk. So my story starts in 2019 when I found out I was pregnant. I've always wanted to be a mom, and so I was so excited when I finally found out that I was pregnant. And I received lots and lots of advice from moms about how amazing it was. Some talked about the difficulties, but mainly it was about how different I would be and how different it would be in a positive way and how magical it was, like that emotional connection that you have to your baby. So I was so excited for that. I had waited so long for it, and so I was so excited for it. And even like golden hour, like the hour right after delivery and how just beautiful it is. And I'm a pretty crunchy mom too. Like I prefer more natural things. And so I chose to do natural delivery. And I was pretty devastated when they laid her on my chest and I felt nothing. It was such a strange experience because it had been hyped up. It's going to be amazing. And I really just didn't feel anything. I'd been in labor all night long. I was exhausted. But everything I'd been told, I didn't really experience. And so it took me several days to emotionally bond to my daughter. And I think it was because I was suffering from postpartum anxiety pretty early on in my postpartum period. I was having insane intrusive thoughts, excessive worry, feelings of panic. Like I don't know how to take care of my daughter. There's got to be a right answer. There's got to be a right answer. I've got to find the right answer, but I couldn't find it. And it was just constant and I was exhausted. And so the best way I can describe it is for the longest time after I had my daughter, I just didn't feel like myself. And then 5 months, when she was 5 months old, I live in Cookeville and there's a tornado that came through our neighborhood and it was so terrifying. And after that, my anxiety heightened. And then when she was 6 months old, literally, well, I guess it was 5.5 months old, 2 weeks after the tornado, it was COVID shutdown. And so here I am, this new mom that's really trying to figure out life. And I was thrown into isolation. And so, and fatigue continued. And I just thought, this is what mom life is. This is normal. I just better get used to it. And so I just still hadn't gone back to pre-pregnancy like Brittany. And so for some reason, I thought the best decision was going to be to start a PhD program. And so throughout my first year of my PhD program, I was absolutely stressed to the max, worst anxiety of my life. And I continued to feel all the guilt that I felt in the beginning of my mom journey of, gosh, I should have felt all these things, something must be wrong with me. And on top of just feeling completely exhausted. But again, it just felt normal. Like this just, everyone talks about being tired. So it's like, this must be normal. And so in the summer of 2021, so last summer, I was also having a lot of chronic sinus issues. I had several sinus infections back to back, and I just couldn't figure it out. I was taking over the counter allergy medicine on top of doing all the, couldn't get over it. And finally, my best friend was like, here, take ease. There she is. She was like, take ease, please just take it. And mind you, she'd also given me tons of samples when we had COVID in October of 2020. And all of those pills just sat on my counter. I was like, I'm not taking these. I'm completely fine. My immune system's going to be great after this. So she had given me multiple things to try, and I just wasn't ready yet. And so finally I started taking ease. I did. I gave them back both times. You can just have them back. Yes, so I finally took ease, and it was insane, the relief that I felt from all the sinus issues. And I have not had a sinus infection since. It was absolutely insane. And so that is what finally convinced me to, well, I take that back. It still took me a couple months to like hop on the bandwagon fully. And so she was like, look, you're so tired. Please try something. Like, please try. And so I did. And it was a few days where I was like, okay, like this is different. Like, I'm not as tired. I'm not having as many sugar cravings. I don't feel as bloated. Okay, like this could be something. And then, a month goes by and I'm like, dang, like I'm starting to feel like myself again. This is wild. And it really has been just a continual process of like feeling more like myself. And there have been a couple times I've been like, okay, well, I think I'm fixed. So I'm going to stop taking my products because everything's better now, right? Like my hormones are back, and I'm just going to test things out and see if I can do without the probiotic. I'm going to see if I can do without the multivitamin. And each time I come back to it every time, because it's like, I feel best when I'm on them. And so I started out taking Triplex and X Factor Plus, and I've slowly incorporated Vital Biome as more of like a regular thing. And of course, I still have anxiety. Like anxiety and anxious like feelings are a normal part of life. I'm also a counselor, and so like I'm all about talking about feelings. Like it is so real. Like anxiety is just a real experience, but it's not near as what it was. It's not near as intrusive or debilitating as it was. And sleep, that was another thing. I wasn't sleeping because I was anxious about my life. And like sleep is back, and it's amazing. And so I'm so grateful that I finally said yes, and that I feel like I have myself back, and I feel like I have control over my life again. And so I'm just so grateful that I finally said, okay, I will trust you, and I haven't looked back. So that's my story.
I love that, Brittany. Thank you so much for being willing to share, because also that's a hard thing to share. When you're in that postpartum stage and you're having all of those feelings, you feel like no one else does, but that's not the case. And so by you sharing, I just know that you're going to bless a lot of people, and you already have too. So thank you for sharing. The next person that we're going to hear from is Miss Valerie Couch, and her and her husband both have had amazing results on our products, and I'm sure she's going to share a little bit about both of them tonight. But if not, you just share what you prepared. I didn't mean to throw you for a loop. So Miss Valerie, you go ahead and take it away.
All right. Usually I do share about Sean, but tonight I'm just going to give my story. And I really hope that my story will help someone, but it's probably going to resonate with more of you that are older. I am 52 years old and in my 30th year of teaching. A little backstory on me growing up. I was always the really skinny girl that could eat whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and eat I did. There are two kinds of people in this world. There's the live to eat and the eat to live. And I was a live to eat kind of person. I loved sugar too. Nothing was too sweet for me. I literally could not shut my brain off about food, especially sweets. And if there were donuts at a faculty meeting, forget what the principal was saying. My mind was on the donuts. And my husband would tell me that one day it was going to catch up with me. And I would just shrug my shoulders as I scooped more ice cream in my bowl. After an ugly hysterectomy over a decade ago, my hormones were out of whack, and then hitting 50 was hard. It was really tough. The weight really began to pack on, and I felt terrible. My skin looked even worse. I had asked my doctor about why I had so many skin tags and just lumpy, bumpy skin, especially on my neck. And he suggested it could be sugar. I distinctly remember when he said that thinking, well, I'll just have to buy more scarves because I can't give up sugar. And I had developed an autoimmune disease called plantar pustular psoriasis. And then about 3 years ago, I began to have intense joint pain and swelling and just muscle pain. And so I'm a band and choir director. And the stress during concert season, during November, December, April, May, the pain would just be so bad I could barely walk. Joint swelling in my hands had kept me from wearing my rings, especially my wedding ring, for over a year. And they were trying to decide if I had psoriatic arthritis, lupus, fibromyalgia, whatever. And so essentially, my husband and my doctor were correct. My lifetime of out of control eating, especially sugar, had caught up with me. I was 200 pounds on a small boned frame, even though I'm 5'10", and I was miserable. And out of concern for me, in August of 2021, my husband told me to call Casey and find out what she was doing to lose weight. We knew Casey from church and that she was doing something to get healthier. We ordered Triplex for the both of us. And within a week, I was shocked. I kept chocolate cupcakes in the cabinet. I would say that they were for our youth group Bible study that met at our house, but truly they were for me. I was the addict. And that first Wednesday night after starting Triplex, I didn't have to have a cupcake. And the realization was shocking. It was wonderful. That was the beginning of not craving sugar for the first time in my life and not obsessing about food. We don't buy junk food anymore. It's completely altered the food we crave. Now it's fruits and vegetables and of course meat because my boys are meat eaters. My inflammation went down and I dropped 30 pounds, which is what I signed on for. By this time, I was able to wear my rings, except for my wedding ring. Once concert season started, my pain levels did begin to rise again, and I finally was able to get in with a rheumatologist. Blood levels indicated an additional autoimmune disease, but was not conclusive. And so in December, pain became almost unbearable. I could hardly stand up on my own. Walking, moving, conducting music was incredibly painful. And during Christmas break, I read where if you take the BioCleanse at night, it will help you sleep. I tried it and had some of the best results, best sleep I'd had in months. And also my knee had been x-rayed for pain. It didn't hurt that next morning. And I was, wow, can't imagine. But then came ease, and I call it the wonder supplement. I began taking it January 20th. And remember, I couldn't get my wedding ring on. After one loading dose, I got my ring on. And that was a happy day because it had been a year since I could wear it. I went to my rheumatologist in February and was amazed when I began to fill out that pain chart paperwork and just realized how good I did feel. My pain was down, movement was normal, joints weren't swollen. The doctor looked at my bottle of Ease and he told me to continue to use it. And he decided to not put me on a prescription of hydroxychloroquine. as he had planned. So to wrap up everything with me, I take Triplex, Active, and Ease every day. Sometimes I take Metaburn, and sometimes the collagen and the lean protein shakes. But I started Plexus to lose some weight. And yes, I lost 30 pounds. But what I gained that I had no expectations for was neck pain that I'd had for years due to severe TMJ was gone. Muscles that I had literally, they had begun to atrophy in my neck and shoulders, and I'd had injections in them, are now loose. They're not in spasm. My plantar psoriasis is better. And then the autoimmune disease that they think I have for joint pain and stiffness that was causing me to hardly be able to do my job and certainly not enjoy life is pretty much gone. The lumpy, bumpy, ugly skin that had skin tags and this huge brown mole thing right here on my neck is cleared up. The skin tags and that mole literally fell off. And so no more scars. My skin looks better. My hair is healthier and thicker. My fingernails are stronger. And this is one of the cool things. Finally, I have been allergic to bananas my entire life. And after getting my gut healthy, I eat a banana every day with no problems, usually blended up into my lean protein shake. So yes, I'm sold on Plexus. I love sharing my story and helping other people achieve great results too. God has blessed me with Plexus and this Plexus business, and I hope to bless others with this second job that I now have, and to bless my family, to pay off our house so that I can retire sooner. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, so I will leave you with this. This is the week I started Plexus. Can you see it? Yeah. And 12 weeks later. That picture says it all for me. I got my life back. So thank you so much, and y'all have a blessed evening.
Oh, Valerie, that was so good. I'm just so thankful for the changes. And you said this, but how long have you been on products now? Is it 12 weeks only, or how long?
No, we started at the end of August. That first picture was August 19th. So it was our first day back, teacher back to school day. And I'm wearing a t-shirt for yearbook pictures. And she snapped the pic. And I think we had just started. And then in November or 12 weeks later, we did pictures again. And lo and behold, I was still wearing a t-shirt that day forgot. I was wearing a t-shirt. I was like, great. And no makeup as usual. And she took the picture and she sent it to me later. She said, which one do you want me to use? And I was blown away. I had not noticed the difference until that came out from our librarian. So we've been on it since the end of August.
End of August. Okay. Wow. That's so great. That's so great. Thank you so much for sharing. We have one more story tonight. And then after Vicki K is finished, she's going to pass it back to me, and I'm going to just kind of talk a little bit more about the products that people you're hearing things like Triplex and you're hearing things like Ease. So I'm going to just talk very briefly about those after Vicki K shares. So if you have questions for these ladies, go ahead and drop them in the comments. And if you guys don't mind to respond through there, and we can get those answered for you. Okay, Vicki K, are you ready?
Can you hear me? Okay. Yes, I'm ready. My name is Vicki K. I'm a 31-year-old single mama. So before Plexus, I was just dealing with quite a bit of weight gain, some PTSD, lots of anxiety. You could probably hear my toddler in the background. Sorry, he's not one to go to bed tonight. But some high blood pressure, pre-diabetic, lots of bloating and constipation. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for about 8 years now, and I required caffeine to survive. I lived on caffeine. The more, the better. So I had been on and off Plexus a couple different times. It was just never the right time for me to take them. My breaking point for finally getting serious with Plexus was in January of 2021. I had my yearly checkup, those fabulous things. And my doctor told me that I was facing being put on hypertension medication or high blood pressure medication, diabetes medications. And I just wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with life. I was just anxious 24/7. I couldn't sleep or anything like that. What really was eye opening is my doctor told me, she was like, dealing with PTSD, she said, you're living in survival mode. It's time you stop living in survival mode and start living. And I was like, I don't even know what that means. Like, I'm living, I go to work, take care of my kid, we do the thing. Like, what does that mean? And what she was meaning was it was time that I deserved to start focusing on my health, that I was safe, and that it was time to focus on my health, and that my son deserved a better version of me than I was able to provide at the time because I wasn't focusing on me. So that January, I got back a hold of Kara and started Plexus hardcore. Like, I started with Triplex, so just the 3 basic simple products. And within a couple of weeks, I started noticing differences, less bloating, more regular bowels. The first time I stepped on the scale and I noticed I had lost some weight, I was like, this is just a fluke. It's because I'm eating better. It's not Plexus. It can't be. About 2 months in, I had started noticing a decrease in my PTSD and anxiety. And for those that don't know, there's quite a bit of research going on with the gut and the brain and the axis that connects the two and what that really means. And I've done all the research because usually when I say Plexus has helped my PTSD, people look at me like I have 3 heads. Like, how's that? What does that even, how does that happen? And really, an unhealthy gut can influence and enhance the fear responses that PTSD people struggle with. So when I'm triggered, an unhealthy gut can make that response 10 times worse than it normally is, which would then cause me to, instead of having anxiety for just a short period of time when I'm working through it, I would have anxiety for the next 24 hours or so. Like, it could not go away. And so by month 2, I noticed that wasn't a thing anymore, that my anxiety, I could work through the triggers and my anxiety was going away with that. It wasn't just still lingering. My doctor gave me 6 months. She said, you have 6 months to either start losing weight, get your blood pressure under control, and for your A1C to come down. And I thought, okay. So at my 6-month appointment, I was extremely shocked to find that I was 40 pounds lighter. I was no longer hypertensive. I was no longer pre-diabetic. And it blew me away. And I was like, okay, well, maybe these products are working. And throughout all of it, I noticed a happier me, so that I could be the best version for my kiddo. I actually had my 1-year follow-up in January, which marked 66 pounds gone. And all of my numbers, all of my lab work are completely perfect and normal and better. I sleep deeper now than I've ever slept. Plexus not only helped physically, but it helped with my mental and emotional well-being. And it also gave me a business opportunity that was not planned. I wasn't not planning on sharing my story. The first time I shared about my weight loss, I thought I was going to throw up, and I text Karen and was like, okay, I did it. Oh gosh. But what it has given me is a friends and community and support and encouragement that I didn't know was out there or that I needed. Being a single mama, I have, a small, close group of friends, and that's it. It's just me and them, and we do our thing. But I didn't realize how much I craved that community and those friendships and encouragement as well. And who doesn't like extra cash? That's always nice. Paying off student loans with it. So I went from being an overweight, super anxious, all the health things out of whack, to being unhappy, to being a very happy, less anxious, continually losing weight, to get down to a healthy goal, and just overall feeling better. I don't require caffeine. I couldn't tell you the last time I required coffee or soda to make it through a 12-hour shift. Things are just so much better. And I am a skeptic. So in the middle of those 6 months, I stopped Plexus for about a month and a half because I thought it's because I'm eating better. It's because I'm moving more. It's all this stuff. No, I still, about a month after not taking those products, everything started coming back, and I gave it like 2 weeks, and I was like, back on the products. Like it's them. And so I'm no longer a skeptic. They really do work, and I do believe in them. So yeah.
That is incredible, Vicky K. I just love your story. And I think I wrote this in the comments, but yeah, when you posted about your weight loss journey, I'm pretty sure that you did that all on your own. Like I was just scrolling and I saw your picture and I was like, oh my goodness. And so I know that you've been able to inspire so many people. And just with your story of freedom from a lot of different things, a lot of hard things. And so yeah, like Lindsay says, encourages me to try life without caffeine and see how you feel. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we'll just kind of talk specifically about what's going on and like next steps for you. If you're sitting here and you are thinking, oh my goodness, I relate so much to Brittany's story, or Vicky K is my story right now. So please listen carefully. I'm going to talk through like next steps and then how you can go about asking the person who invited you here where to start. And so you can kind of have an idea for that. Okay. Do you guys see that? Do you see the, okay, perfect. Okay. So this is just kind of our little graphic that I put it there. So how do you get started? So the easiest way to get started on these products is to become a VIP customer. It is the cheapest way to get your products. We have two options, a VIP customer and a retail customer. The VIP customer, the membership is only $10 and it's for an entire year of wholesale pricing on your products. There are no requirements. There's no cancellation fees or anything like that. So you are not locked into anything. It is definitely like a Sam's membership or a Costco membership. You just want to get the cheapest options. And this is how you do that. It's 25% off of your retail, and you can earn perks credits, which every time your subscription goes out, you gain some credits and then you can cash those in for free product. This is a really great way to try new products without having to pay for new products. And then as a VIP customer, you also get a referral link. You're not required to share it by any means, but you can get either product credit, a one-time product credit when you refer friends, or you can upgrade to a brand ambassador and start earning commissions monthly. So those are your two options for that. Okay, after you've decided like, yes, I want to do the membership, you get to choose a welcome pack, which is even more discounted than wholesale. You can only purchase it when you get started. And they have $109 options and $209 options. And both of these are on sale for the rest of this month for $98 or $188, 10% off. And Brittany, Valerie, and Vicky K all started with this combo pack right here. This is called the Triplex. And the Triplex includes our pink drink, which is our blood sugar regulator drink. It also has anti-inflammatories in it. It has gut health prebiotics in it. Just a really great way to balance everything in your body. It also includes these two gut health supplements, probiotic, Probio 5, and then BioCleanse. And so our products all focus on four main pillars of our health, which are blood sugar regulation, nutrient absorption, inflammation, and gut health. And so these are our main, this is our main gut health line. And this is what most people get started with. Because just like Vicky K was talking about, and Brittany, I believe you also talked about it, is about the connection between your gut and so many other aspects of your health. So that's what that is. And then we also have larger welcome packs. These are the 209, and they have the biggest savings, right? So you get lots of different products. You get in this weight loss advance, you could do this triplex plus MetaBurn, our active, which is our energy drink, our hydrate, which is an electrolyte drink. It's called the Plexus Gatorade. That's what I call it. And then lean, which are our meal replacements. We also have a variety pack. I really like this one because it has the ease in it, which we're going to talk about. And then we also have a gut health advanced welcome pack as well. And these are just a few of the welcome packs. We have a lot of different options. So get with the person who invited you and they can kind of help you pick the best one for you. We also have a new option called the Build Your Own Welcome Pack. And I did, I don't know, let me see. Okay, so this is the 3 options for that. So both of these are the 109 options, which is the 98. And then this one is the 209, which is the 188. And you can read that there. I'm not going to read what it is, but then I also wrote down what each of these 3 people are taking. So you can kind of see and build your own for what they're doing. And then the last thing, whoops. I think I have more slides. Oh, there we go. Okay. So the very last thing, we have a challenge coming up April 4th. It is a 2-week challenge, accountability challenge. And this would be perfect for you to get started. And the 3 products that we're highlighting are Slim, which is our pink drink, Active, which is our natural energy drink, and Ease, which is that natural anti-inflammatory that both Brittany and Valerie talked about. Valerie said that was the one that helped with her aches and pains, and Brittany said that that's the one that helps with her sinus infections. I believe, is that what you said, Brittany? And so what this is, it's a 2-week challenge focusing on depuffing, right? So we're going to take some profile pictures here and we are going to watch our faces kind of go away a little bit for 2 weeks. So there's a $5 entry fee. It gets you into the accountability group. There's also going to be some prizes, a big grand prize cash winner. And we would love for you to do this with us. It's a great way to get started. We don't do these challenges every month. So it's not something that we can come around every single month, but so this is your opportunity to do that. We have lots of great savings. So let me see. Okay. We also have a 60-day money back guarantee too on all of our products. So, okay. That is all that I have planned tonight. I don't know, Emily, if you have anything that you want to say, but
all I have to say is that every single one of those stories were beautiful. And I feel like if you have been a part of Plexus for 5 years, or if you just got invited 5 minutes before, like those were so moving and so beautiful. And I think that we have to remember that it's not a quick fix, that all of these women had some skepticism, but they all gave it a good amount of time. And also, as you saw or heard Vicky K talking about, like she was eating healthier. Valerie was talking about how she was listening to her cravings and not going and having all the junk food, but she was listening to her body and what her body wanted. And so she was eating the veggies and the fruits. And so it's a beautiful like piece of the pie. It's not a magic pill or a quick fix. You have to drink your water and eat your healthy foods and get good amounts of sleep and be consistent with your products and be patient, because you don't want to sit here and think, I see that Vicky K's lost 66 pounds. I'm going to try it. And then 3 weeks after trying it, you're like, oh, I haven't lost any weight. It's not working for me. You have to give it time. So that is my biggest thing to share here, but man, those stories were absolutely beautiful, so moving. Thank you all for being brave. I know it's super scary to come and share, and so I'm very proud of you all for sharing your story. Thank you so much. They were so inspirational.
All right, thank you all so much, and I hope you guys have a really great rest of your week and into your weekend. And I just hope that you have the courage to send the person a message who invited you. and say that you're ready to get started, because this can change things for you too. All right, y'all take care.